welcome in to First Take on this Tuesday. Courtney Cronin filling in for Shea Cornette this morning. We've got Stephen A. Smith, we've got Kendrick Perkins, and we've got the NBA postseason about to begin. Gentlemen, how are we feeling this morning? Good morning, Stephen A.
Good morning, Courtney. How are you? Big Perk in the house. What up, baby? What's going on? What's up, baby?
What up, say? What up, Courtney? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm ready to get my
Let's do this. You know what? Usually Perk comes in, he fills in, comes in for a couple of segments, stuff like that. My brother's sitting here with me today for the next 2 hours. It's the Perk and Stephen A. show. You know what I'm saying? It's time, baby. It's time. Let's go.
It's must-see TV, just like the postseason, going to be must-see TV in the NBA. Let's start with the Western Conference before we get into it tonight. In the West, the Rockets are going to take on the Lakers in their first-round series. And the big question here, the status of Luka Doncic. According to Shams Charania, the Lakers star is going to return from Spain on Friday. That's where he's been receiving multiple injections for his grade 2 left hamstring strain. So he'll be with his team, but his return to the court is up in the air. Meanwhile, on the other side, LeBron James, obviously, Kevin Durant going to meet again in the postseason for the fourth time, and the first time since they met in the 2018 NBA Finals. Obviously, both players with different teams at that point. James and Durant are the only players with 10 or more head-to-head playoff matchups to each average 30 points per game against one another. So game one, the 4-5 matchup, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday on ABC. Big Perk, who has more on the line here in this series? Is it LeBron or is it KD?
It's old King James. Do you understand? Listen, Courtney, do you realize that the Lakers are one of the biggest underdogs to start the playoffs? They have a 15% chance at winning this series. And let me explain why I say it's LeBron James. No Luka Doncic, no Austin Reaves. If a 41-year-old LeBron James in the head-to-head matchup with Kevin Durant comes out and pulls off this victory and comes out victorious in this series, I don't want to hear a damn thing anymore about the GOAT conversation. The GOAT conversation will be officially over. I don't want to hear from Stephen A. I don't want to hear from my brother Mike Wilborn. I don't want to hear none of that. If a 41-year-old LeBron James comes out and lead this Laker team to a first-round victory, being a heavy underdog, I don't want to hear anything about the GOAT conversation.
Oh, please.
When you look at the roster that he has, Jake LaRavia, we're talking about Bronny, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton against this Houston Rockets team in the head-to-head with Kevin Durant. LeBron James has everything to gain in this series at the age of 41 years old. Everything.
Oh, first of all, I don't want to hear anything about the GOAT conversation. First of all, LeBron is the GOAT of longevity. I'll give him that. Nobody has been this great for this long in the history of professional sports, as far as I'm concerned. LeBron James is the GOAT of longevity, no doubt about it. But LeBron at his best against MJ at his best, just stop it. We ain't even having that discussion. Ain't no damn first-round series going to alleviate that narrative. It ain't going to happen. You can try it all you want. And by the way, you watch your mouth. Put Perk back up on that screen piece when I'm talking to him right now. Let me tell you something, Big Perk. You watch your mouth. I don't give a damn how big you are. You're still young. You don't talk to your elders like that. You bring up me, that's one thing. But to sit up there and say you don't want to hear from the great Mike Wilborn, the blasphemy that just came out of your mouth, you will watch your mouth when it comes to the Godfather, Michael Wilborn. You will mind your manners, you will behave yourself, and you will keep in mind that no matter who we are, we don't measure up to the great Mike Wilborn, even though I don't like how he loves coyotes. It really disturbs me. But that's a different subject for another day. The point that I'm making is this, okay? In the end, what it comes down to is Kevin Durant. Oh, that's no question. When you talk about the pressure and who it's on right now and who stands to lose or gain, it's Kevin Durant. Do y'all know that Kevin Durant, we're talking about, as far as I'm concerned, one of the top 10 players in the history of basketball. Talk about a two-time champion, two-time NBA Finals MVP. Winning both of those finals and both of those MVPs against LeBron James, by the way, holding a 2-1 advantage over him in the postseason, okay? Do y'all know that this same Kevin Durant is 7-17 in his last 24 playoff games? 7-17. Now, we're not going to blame him, in terms of his individual exploits. In that span, those 24 games, the brother averaging 29.9 points, 47% shooting, 34% from three-point range, along with 8.5 rebounds and 5.3 assists. The brother doing his thing. But the point that I'm making is 7-17 over your last 24 games. What has he done since he departed from Brooklyn? What has he done? It's been years since Kevin Durant has been relevant in the postseason. A matter of fact, the only time he got out of the first round was when Kawhi Leonard got hurt. Had Kawhi Leonard not gotten hurt, when he was in Phoenix, they'd have probably lost that series, okay? So let's keep that in mind. When you think about the greatness of Kevin Durant, you got to remember something here. He should be in the conversation along with the all-time greats. We don't mention him enough. We don't mention his greatness enough. We don't solidify the greatness that is Kevin. We just talk about it like it's passé. The brother's a walking bucket. He's automatic. He's special. But 7-17 in your last 24 playoff games is not a good thing. Not winning playoff series is not a good thing. Not being anywhere near the championship equation over the last several years is not a good thing. The Phoenix Suns are better after shipping him out of the city this past offseason. Think about that for a second. So when you're going up against LeBron, you know what? It's not so much about beating him. It's that considering how depleted the Lakers are supposed to be, you can't have this on your docket. You can't go and lose this series to a depleted Lakers squad led by a 41-year-old in his 23rd season because Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves are gone. If Kevin Durant loses this series, oh, my Lord, it would look very bad. That's the point.
Well, let me say this. First of all, you're wrong. Kevin Durant is not a top 10 player of all time. He's knocking at the door of being a top 10 player of all time. He's top 20.
Oh, my God.
I would say top 15. No, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Top 20, top 15. He's not top 10. We don't have time to go down the list of top 10. But I know you ain't putting them in front of Kobe. You're not putting them in front of Magic. You're not putting them in front of Bird. You're not putting them in front of MJ. You're not putting them in front of Braun. You're not putting them in front of Kareem. You're not putting them in front of Wilt, Bill Russell. Do I got to keep going? Here's the thing, right?
I am putting them in front of Wilt. And I am putting them in front of Wilt. And by the way, we can have a conversation about Larry Bird. Because when I look at Kevin Durant, what is it that Larry Bird can do that Kevin Durant can't? You tell me that. You tell me that.
What you mean?
Just what I just said. I didn't stutter.
He carried the team.
Did Larry Bird have what team did Larry Bird had? Parrish and McHale and Ainge and Dennis Johnson and the crew. What did Larry Bird carry? What are you talking about? What do you mean carry?
So
Larry Bird was phenomenal and great, but what did he carry? I'm just saying. You brought it up. Ain't nobody backing up.
I'm just saying.
Hey, we got the 2 hours.
I'm just saying.
I just told you we got the 2 hours. We got the 2 hours, bro.
I'm just saying. What I'm telling you is, we're talking about Larry Bird. We're talking about 3-time MVP.
Got it.
I believe 3-time Finals MVP.
Champion.
If I'm not mistaken.
3-time champion. 3-time champion.
Okay,
Kevin Durant got you?
Okay. 3-time champion. Okay, so what I'm telling you is this, S.A. All I'm saying is he's knocking at the door. But let's keep it real here. You just pointed out something. You just highlighted something. What has Kevin Durant done for it leading the team since he's left Golden State? Right? Steph Curry went on to win one when KD left. That's why Steph Curry, I feel like his 4th championship was the greatest, was the best one that he's had. What I'm asking you is, Brooklyn, disaster. Phoenix, disaster. You were traded to the Houston Rockets to move the needle. This Houston Rockets team last year was 2nd in the Western Conference. You better not lose this series to LeBron James. One could argue.
I agree with that.
One could argue that Kevin Durant's legacy is on the line in this first-round matchup against LeBron. You better move the needle. You better handle your business. You better lead this Rockets team to beating them in the first round, because if you don't, that's going to be a stain on his legacy. We're going to be talking about this.
I am not disagreeing with that. Hold it. I'm not disagreeing with that part at all. You're absolutely right. But the flip side is the continual level of greatness. Now, Brooklyn may have ended in a disaster. Kevin Durant arrives there, sits out the first year because of the Achilles tear, goes back to Brooklyn, and if the brother had a half-foot size left, you know what? He'd have got them to the finals. This is without Kyrie. This is with Kyrie hurt. This is out. This is with James Harden hobbled. You saw that performance by KD. He was sensational. Make no mistake about it. And that was a Game 7. I understand it. What I'm saying to you is he has Kyrie Irving. They win the championship that year. They beat Phoenix. They don't lose. They beat Phoenix if they get past that series with Milwaukee. Kevin Durant, that was not a disaster. He carried that team on his back. And oh, by the way, statistically, could you explain to me Kevin Durant in his 30s after an Achilles tear looking better than he did in his 20s? That's Kevin Durant. That's Kevin. No slippage. The brother has elevated. I'm just saying, man, we got to look at him on that level. When you talk about him, I think he's top 10 all time. I think he's top 10 all time. I don't see how anybody can refute that.
I mean, we can. Because, I mean, you're not putting him in front of Tim Duncan. I know that. That's another name I forgot to mention to you. We're not doing that.
You're bringing up the chips. I put him ahead of Will Chamberlain.
Okay, you putting him ahead of Steph Curry?